Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the ASRA Cup Series here for Season 5, as we are here at Road America in Wisconsin for the Breast Cancer Awareness Grand Prix. Today we've got 32 laps. Stage 1's going to be at 8 laps. Stage 2 is going to be at 18. I am back in the booth. Myself, Jacob Emery, alongside Steven Tucker. Steve, I know you love the road courses, and we've got one today. One of our final races before the regular season ends. We only have one more next week. What are your thoughts today here in Wisconsin, Steve?
Man, yeah, road course racing is just in my blood. I've loved it ever since I was just, a little kid. Everything, all kinds of racing. I mean, NASCAR type cars, F1, IndyCar, all kinds of stuff. But today, the boys of the ASRA, man, we are in for it. We have 2 races left to go. Road America today, and then next week, Talladega, the just chaotic race of Talladega on Halloween night. So get ready for that. That's going to be an incredible night of just chaos and trying to get into the playoffs. But tonight, road course racing, left turns and right turns. Who can make the right decisions today and get themselves in the playoffs? 4 drivers already locked into the playoffs, Emery. So right now, a couple more can do that too. Right now, though, open qualifying down on track. Always a fun time. Let's go down trackside.
Yeah, let's go take a look on trackside as qualifying has begun. And you're right, I feel the tension in the air today. Like we said, only 2 more races, including this one, until playoffs start. And right now, I will tell you what, these drivers have put a lot of time in this week to try to get some good times out there to gain some points before playoffs start. It takes a lot of practice to be good here at Road America. You got to be careful. Got to go slow. Slow is always better. But man, I do not know. There's looking at number 51 right there of Josh Larson on the track, making his way through. What kind of time can these guys, these drivers put up today?
Yeah, and right now 11 minutes to go still. So a 15-minute qualifying run, open qualifying. Basically everybody's on the track at the same time instead of single car qualifying. And right now, who can put up the best lap? Again, if you mess up that one lap, this place is long, Emery. You mess up that one lap and you got to go all the way back around to get it right. No incidents. You have to have a clean lap for it to count. Right now, a lot of guys right here are trying to get that done.
51 looking pretty smooth right now as it sits. Let's see if it can complete a qualified lap for the first one. But you're right, you make a mistake, you go off track, you hit into something, you got to restart and do it all over again. This is a long track. In fact, 14 corners in total. And they're all challenging. As we're looking at a new paint scheme this week, Steve. It looks like he's got a different to the car in that yellow and orange.
Looking pretty good there. Nick Simpson, big old fan favorite in the chat. Looking pretty good today. Nice paint scheme right there. A couple others on track right now. Nick Lights, again, subbing in. Not anymore, actually full time in the number 12 car today, so looking pretty solid right there, but man, oh man. Joseph Mealy to the top. Gets his first lap under his belt, 2:13.75. This place is long, Emery. 3.4 miles if my math is correct. And I'll tell you what, this place, it is actually a pretty forgiving, road course. It's not really a technical racetrack. It's not really a rhythm racetrack. It's kind of just, it's procedural, I like to call it, where, it's like, hey, some long straightaways here. You can kind of relax midway down. The laps is pretty nice. We'll ride on board real quick. Mark Whitley subbing in for Roger Pierce. And the number 27 Extreme looking pretty good today. Emery, talk today to us about the race, the sponsor, what we've got going on today.
Yeah, man. Breast cancer awareness. Really cool that we're doing that today. It really is a cool thing to be a part of. We do this on different races, and today we're doing breast cancer awareness, and it's affected a lot of families, a lot of people out there, and it's cool to see this a part of this race here at Road America. And like you were saying, you're right, 4 miles, 14 turns. As we're looking at 83 getting some trouble there, he's going to have to restart and get back on that track. Steve, we've got drivers in this race today that's been affected by cancer, and it seems like it affects a ton of people worldwide, and it's cool that we're representing this out today and being a part of that.
Yeah, I mean, just like you said, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and You know, I mean, yeah, for me personally, my mother was affected by it a couple of years back, right before COVID. And it's just one of those things that it kind of blindsides you, right? And it happens a lot. And I mean, right now we're kind of, you know, doing our version of trying to get some awareness to it. I feel like, you know, a lot of people already know about it, but it's never hurts to get it out there. And to your point, it's affected a lot of people here in this league. And again, you know, just us personally. So it's good, you know, good to get it out there and remind ourselves that, hey, every day is a gift, and we have to keep that in mind. Support our loved ones.
Yeah, and Steve, a lot of these cars are still representing that pink paint schemes out there. You'll take a look and see a lot of those drivers rocking that, as we're seeing a number 3 right there supporting cancer awareness. So very cool to see.
Yes, sir.
Mark
Tyler
Whitley.
Honeycutt.
Yeah, Tyler Honeycutt. Go on, sorry.
So good, man. Hey, we're having a good time. Mark Whitley.
Yeah, Mark Whitley with a 2:12. He's on top of the board right now. Richard, and that number 4, he's sitting there right in second. DJ Honeycutt, he's in third. That's your top 3 as they sit. We still got some time left. 7 minutes left of qualifying. Let's see what these drivers can do. Everyone's looking pretty good out there, Steve. This track we were talking about, it's not easy. It almost seems, if you go on board with some of these drivers making some qualifying time, it's not as fast as you think. You gotta have precision. You gotta be smooth with the throttle. And there's only really a couple sections where you can really get on that throttle and go. But the majority of it, you gotta get in that 3rd gear, 2nd gear, really slow that car down to make these corners work. We're on board right now taking a look.
Yeah, you can see it. I mean, right now, the braking zones here are so massive. There's so many elevation changes. Your brakes here are definitely a huge part of how you get around this track quickly. I mean, right now, you're seeing Frankie come down this front stretch. This first corner right here is a nice kind of medium right-hand turn. But the brakes mean so much because you have to get down and slow down quickly. But also, too, one thing that we don't talk about a lot on ovals and whatnot is weight transfer. Weight transfer in these cars especially is massive. You have to be able to woe the car down from full throttle acceleration on these fast corners down to slowing down. You have to have that weight transfer from the back to the front of the car. If you don't do it right, it's going to slow down awkwardly. It might kick out from under you. Right here, turn 5 coming up, this left-hander is notorious for that. Watch on board as we watch Frankie do it.
Frankie's always been really sneaky at these road courses, finds a way to get up in those top 10, top 5 finishes, even getting a win. Watch out for him today, as he might be one of those drivers to beat.
And one thing, Emery, too, about qualifying, especially open qualifying, this is the interesting part. We are 5 minutes left in qualifying. It takes about 2.5 minutes, maybe like a little over 2 minutes, I guess, to make a full qualifying lap with everybody on the track at the same time. One mistake from one of your competitors in front of you could make a huge, just slow you down, quite frankly. And right now we're seeing Brandon 6 has some open track, so able to get a good qualifying lap. We'll see what he does right here. Comes across the line.
That's the fun thing about a road course is if you don't have pace. So the biggest thing is you want to keep up with pace, right? To be in those top drivers. But if you don't have the pace, you're sitting back in the middle of the pack, maybe even the back of the pack. You want to stick with that race all the way through because, hey, these guys are going to get off track. These guys, you know, might make a big mistake. You can gain a lot of ground, gain a lot of spots in a short amount of time. So if you're off pace, stay with it, keep going, because you never know at the end of this race what can happen. As we saw our last road course, that was a wild one, a wild finish of that race. Man, crazy.
Yeah, Indy Road Course proved to be a challenging time. But right now, man, Devin Smerker looking really, really good in this Hosky Cardano machine. Love the sponsor right here, looking great today. He knows how to get around this track, I'll tell you what. But this is the thing, I mean, 4 minutes left to go in qualifying, and we're seeing some of our faster cars not on the top of the boards. So this could be huge. You don't want to start mid-pack or back of the pack for a road course, I can promise you. This is going to be pretty interesting to see how they finish this qualifying effort. 2 stages today will occur. Unlike the real thing, we do throw the yellow flags for it. So laps 8 and 18, we'll throw the yellow flags for the race, and that will be the only 2 stages and yellows we have today.
And he is running out of time. 3 minutes left. Can he get a good, solid qualifying time to get himself up there? We got one driver in the wall. That looks like Marshall got out of line. He's in the grass area. 29 here, Matt Smith. Taking a look at him on the track.
Okay, new looking paint scheme here for Matt Smith. That crash clean machine looking really clean today. Tell you what, that's a good looking hot rod right there. Matt Smith right now peeking in, trying to get into that championship 12. Right now just looking pretty good, actually, getting around this track pretty clean. That's all it takes to get it done. Mark Whitley still up front though. Man, who can knock him down?
Whitley still on the pole with a good time. 2:11 at the moment. He's almost a second ahead of Devin, which he did put a qualifying time there. He's in second. Richard in that 4 still in third. But Brandon 6 just got on the pole. He's in that 66 with a 2:10. He gets above Mark Whitley in that Chevy. I want to thank everybody at home, Race Day Live, as this qualifying comes to an end. I want to thank Admin Box, Units, Moving Portable Storage, Battle Beaver Harpoon Design, and Sim Motion.
Looking very solid. Richard Woodruff right now in P4. A solid 2:12.50. Tell you what, good field today. Nick Silver, again, not on the track right now, but subbing in for Brandon Bowie. Y'all know him from Season 3 Championship. Joseph Mealy on track, looking pretty good today. There he is, Frankie Barroso making that lap. Currently P2, 2:11.10. Very, very fast laps around here right now. Smirker gets up front too, P4. Here they come, all these fast guys coming out to play. One thing, folks, too, in the top right corner of your screen, you'll see the track map. We'll have that going on today, the entire race. So your favorite driver, just watch out for their number. You'll see them on the track where they actually sit in real time. The green car will always be the leader. And then anybody in red is an off track. That's probably a bad news scenario for them. Hopefully you don't see your favorite driver in the red today, but if we see that, we'll go right to it. But man, right now, Devin Smirker trying to get to that pole. Back in P2 right now. A minute to go.
Can he make it happen? Devin from Wisconsin, his hometown track here. Looking at Jackson Anderson as well in that 83. Good looking paint scheme, the cancer awareness.
Yes, sir.
That is a new paint scheme for him as well, Steve.
Yeah, a lot of these paint schemes from Harpoon Designs. Tell you what, go and check them out. harpoondesign.com. They can get you right now. Looking pretty good. 30 seconds left in qualifying. Anybody who's out on track right now, ooh, hard lick right there for the kink. Frankie Rosa whizzes on by right there. Looking pretty good going down to that Canada corner.
Steve, talk about this track too. I mean, turn 1, you're on that front stretch. You go into turn 1, you got 2 and 3, and then it's a long straightaway to 5 and 6 where you really have to slow it down. I cannot wait to see these guys on the track because the times are so close. We're going to see a battle out here, Steve. I think this is going to be one of the better road courses we've seen all season. And have it this close to playoffs, all these drivers are going to battle out for points.
Yeah, man, this is the 3rd time we've been to Road America in the ASRA history, and it's been pretty consistent for us. It's put on great shows, obviously, and it's pretty familiar for us at this point. So right now, going to be a good time. Brandon 6. Off he goes. Qualifying is over. So going to be shortly time to grid.
As they grid up, I want to thank everybody at Race Day Live tuning in. We've got some good turnout, 16 viewers. Appreciate you being here. We still got someone on track, but qualifying has came to an end. The top 5 right now as it sits. Brandon 6 got your pole. Frankie Barroso in that 48 in that Chevy. He's in second. Driving from Florida there. Devin in that 26. He's in third. Mark Whitley in that 27. He's fourth. And Richard in that 4. He is fifth. That's your top 5 as it sits right now, Steve. Nick Lights is in 6th. Nick Silver in 7th. DJ Honeycutt in 8th. Joseph Mealy in 39. That Chevy, he's in 9th. Josh Larson in that 51 car, he's in 10th. That is your top 10 finish as it sits here in Wisconsin at Road America. Steve, we are about to grid up and go racing for a long race, 32 laps. Stage 1's going to be at 8. Stage 2 is going to be at 18 laps. They got only 4 sets of tires, so you got to save them. You got to do everything you can out here at Road America late in this season to get some points as playoffs start shortly. Next week's going to be a big show, but right now, this is going to be a show here in Wisconsin.
Yes, sir. Right now, open qualifying is over. I believe the sim does allow some little extra time just in case people are still on track. So we'll see if Nick here can finish his qualifying effort. Nick Light's in that number 12. We're now in P6 currently, but what does he get? Finishes off P6. So that should end the session here momentarily. Oh, my word.
And that's his famous wreck at the end of qualifying. He does that every single week. Love to see it. Man,
Hilarious.
talk about playoffs right now too, Steve. We got 6 in a big lead. He's in first, obviously. We got Frankie in second. We got Devin in third and Roger Pierce in fourth. That's your top 4 right now. But a lot of guys here kind of in the search for the hunt. DJ Honeycutt, Young, Tyler Honeycutt, Mealy, Fleming, Larson. That's kind of your top 10. And then you have your bubble guys too, trying to work their way into playoffs before we start. But hey, if you don't make it in playoffs, you also have the contender series to battle for as well.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, right now, DJ Honeycutt and Daryl Young, they pretty much just needed to start the race today to be able to get into that playoffs. Right now, they can lock themselves in and not even worry about next week at Talladega. So they are pretty much good to go. But yeah, Tyler Honeycutt right now, plus 67. He's the one who's the first driver who's needs to get as many points today as possible.
Race is going to begin here shortly. They've got to grid up, and we'll get to action-packed Wisconsin Road America road racing. Love to be back, Steve. I'm back in the booth. I had some issues last week. This week, I'm okay. I'm good to go.
You did. This time it's not the barbecue catching on fire. So that's good.
It's not the barbecue. No, it was something simple, which I thought I had fixed, but it wasn't. And I fixed it. That's all that matters. And now I'm back in the booth with you, Steve. And it feels good to be back.
Love to see it, as they say. Right now, man, we're starting to grid up. A couple of drivers aren't on the track just yet. We'll give them a second here to do their thing.
Steve, but you think turn 1's going to be some carnage? Turn 2 and 3 some carnage possibly? What are your thoughts first lap?
I don't actually think turn 1 will be the issue. I think turn 5 will be. It's a much harder, long downhill, hard left-hand corner. Going to be a lot of hard times right there for sure for them to, for these drivers, big time.
Well, as they get on the field, we can go through the field. We see some fantastic paint jobs right now as we're looking at that 54, the number 15, at the 12 out there.
Looking very solid today. Well, hey, we'll start it off this first lap. Hey, cautions today. We're going to get 2 of them, but only for the stage. The stages will end on lap 8. In lap 18, we have a stage finish line. We'll show you that as we go to the start here. A lot of cool things going on today, but Brandon 6 is going to be on the pole. Not currently on the track, so we'll skip on by him. But Frankie Barroso in P2, looking very solid at Bowie Esports. Number 48, Devin Smrecker in that Cardano Hosky machine, looking good today. Big shout out to them in the chat for supporting us and being in here. So how you guys doing today? Cardano and Hosky family in the Race Day Live. Loving that. P4, Mark Whitley in that number 27, subbing in for Roger Pierce. So there he is right there. Harpoon Designs looking machine. Nick Lights in a backup car after he just sent it in turn 1. Qualifying. Just kidding. That was hilarious, though. Christian Woodruff, P5, looking pretty solid. Nick Silver, again, subbing in for Brandon Bowie. Rolling off 7th place. DJ Honeycutt, basically in the playoffs right now, just starting this race. So a good effort for him. DJ Honeycutt having a great season. Josh Larson, P9. Joseph Mealy starting off in P10, looking solid right there. Jackson Anderson rolling off in P11. Great job. Matt Smith, 12th place in that Crash Clinic machine, looking good. Tyler Honeycutt, hey, on the thumbnail today in that beautiful looking breast cancer awareness machine, looking great today. James Kaufman, number 25, rolling out 14th. Matthew Fleming in P15, looking good right there. Donnie Honeycutt rolling off 16th place. Robert Hissong in 17th place. Scott Casorn, 18th place. Getting real starting 19th. Nicholas Simpson rolling off 20th. And that Sour and Sun Machine looking good today. Marshall Harris, 21st place. And then Daryl Young, 22nd, deciding not to qualify, it looks like. So maybe a smart move for him. Thomas Meek's still in the pits. Not sure what's going on with that. We'll follow up with him shortly. But that's the field, Emery. Going to be a long race, a good time today. Road course racing.
Yes, these drivers up front, these top 10, these top 5 drivers are so good on the road course. It takes a special kind of breed of a driver to be successful on road courses. Some of them just have it. They just got that flair to be able to do it. I know you, Steve, personally are good on the road. You just love a road course, and that's what it's all about. Me personally, I like a road course, but I'll tell you what, it takes a ton of practice to get good and perfect your trait at a course like this.
Yes, sir, it does. It's hard, but it's also really rewarding. When you nail the lap, it's just a lot of fun, man. It's really, really cool, and always a good time here. This chopper, we're going to show you the stage finish line here momentarily. This is the carousel right here. So once they come out of this, a short little straight down to the kink, the right-hander, and then right there is where we're going to call the stage finish line. So on lap 8 and 18, that'll be where the yellow comes out for the stage finish. That way the cars can catch the pace car nice and easy and not have to make one more additional lap under yellow. So it's much easier and efficient for these drivers, one less yellow flag lap. So great to see. The kink is right here, going to be coming down to that line, this DRS zone. You'll see momentarily a line across the track. There it is right there. That'll be our stage finish line. They typically use that DRS zone for F1 races, but right now that's going to be our line to designate the stage end. Emery, we are almost back to the finish line. We're going racing, man.
We are gonna go racing. A lot of moving parts here at Road America. This number 1 and 2, Frankie and Brandon 6. Who's gonna battle it out into turn 1, 2, and 3, all the way into 5? As when we have a couple more turns, and we're gonna go green flag racing. So, couple surprises here. Daryl Young in the back. He's got a long ways to go to make up some ground. Thomas Meeks looks like he missed the grid. Can he get back on the track? Kitty Real back there in 19th. Not too bad of a road racer. Can he get through the field? Donnie Honeycutt, James Kaufman, Matthew Fleming, Matt Smith. All back there. What can they do? They're going to have to knock on the door and get some good lap times as the pace car's off. And Brandon 6 in the 66. Frankie in that 48 is going to take us into turn 1. As we are about to go green flag here in Wisconsin at Road America for the Breast Cancer Awareness Grand Prix. Green flag's out. Brandon 6 is gone. Going into turn 1. Number 26 of Devin is actually going to take the inside. Going to stay with Brandon. Brandon checks up a little bit. Clean so far as they go into 1, Steve. We are underway.
Yes, sir. Right now, this is the closest these cars are going to be for the most part for this race. Turn 3 is pretty tricky right here. Hard braking zone. So far, so good. Coming down this middle stretch right here, down to turn 5. This is where it's going to be heartbreaking. James Kaufman already on track out of turn 3.
First car to spin today. James Kaufman is off the track. He's going to get back on. Brandon 6 up front, though. He's going to take us into turn 5. This is where it gets tricky.
So far, great job. James Kaufman off, but keep in mind, stages are in effect, so these drivers will catch back up to this field. You can see it hurry downs right here coming down into the carousel soon.
That's something we do here at ASRA. Stage 1's going to be an 8 lap. We'll throw that caution, and they will re-rack them. So it's not going to be too crazy with these cars getting too far away. Brandon 6 may get out to a big lead, but when that stage break happens, they will be back together. 26 and Frankie right there. Mark Whitley in that 4. He's looking solid. He's about 2.6 gap right now as it sits.
This kink right here, Emery, is so difficult. It's so easy to come off track. Very, very quick right-hander. So far, everyone nailing it right now. Great job by all these drivers.
Give you a little bit of an update. Looks like Thomas Meeks is back on the track. He's following that 16 of James, or excuse me, the 25 of James Kaufman. only one lap in as they cross. They're on the front stretch. We're going to go 2 laps. Brandon 6 is going to be your leader. Frankie in second. Devin Schmerker in that 26, that Ford, he's in third. And Mark Whitley, your top 4, all battling out 2 laps in at Road America.
James Kaufman off the track right now in that final corner. Thomas Meeks right now coming back on track too, so great job for him. Again, we'll catch, whenever we see a driver in the red up there, folks, we'll catch it for sure. Right now, Robert Hissong off on track in the gravel of turn 1.
Just one minor mistake, you're off the track, and you are going to be sent into the gravel or the grass. It takes a lot of time away from you, and you lose a ton of spots at a course track like this. 2 laps in as we look at the number 26. Right in third, he's in that Ford car from the Midwest. That's Devin.
Looking very good right now. Some drivers who need some pits. Ooh, Nick Simpson a bit right now off the track a little bit. This corner here, Emery, is pretty tough. This is a blind left-hand corner, uphill. You have to slow down quicker than you think you do. And right now, Nick Simpson looking pretty good inside of Matt Smith. Some contact. Nick Simpson goes off track.
At turn 8, you got a winding 9 and 10. Back into turn 11. A little bit of a battle back here. Nick Silver and Nick Lights in that 12. They were battling out. Now he's got some space, though. Oh, Nick Silver's off the track.
Nick Lights, yeah, he's way
Nick
off the
Lights,
track there.
Me. Saves it.
Frankie Barroso in P2 right now. Brandon 6 out to about a 2-second lead right now. Further on back, DJ Honeycutt, Richard Woodruff. Looking pretty solid right now in that 5th and 6th spot. Some changes back here. Kenny Reel off track right now in 21st place. Canada corner, probably the signature corner of this track. It is so difficult to slow down for that. Kenny Reel finding out real quick on lap 3.
Three laps down. Brandon 6 still up front. Mark Whitley, Devin in the 26. Frankie Barroso in the 48. He's now in 4th position. DJ Honeycutt in the 15. He's in 5th. That's your top 5 as we're looking at it now. Steve, they are still pretty close together. This hasn't found out too much. We're only 3 laps in. We've got to go all the way to the 8 mark. It's 4 miles on this road course.
Yeah, it's a long track, Emery, and 8 laps might not seem like a long time, but it is eternity for this place, especially in these cars where they're not always, super quick, obviously, as opposed to IndyCar or F1 maybe for road course style racing. But I mean, yeah, right now, 8 laps in, we'll start to see some big gaps as we're seeing the 46. Nick Simpson, he's got a huge gap right now behind him, and then Donnie Honeycutt in front. So you can see by that track map, everybody right now kind of still in a line. But some gaps are definitely forming right here. 3 laps in.
Taking it way outside there, Steve, on that turn. If we move back here, Josh Larson in the 51 in that Chevy, he's getting chased down by Jackson Anderson. He went off the track earlier, but made some moves. He passed Matt Smith in the 29 and Matthew Fleming in the 88.
Mark Whitley gets off track right there. Right out of the outside of the kink. Almost blew that kink right there, but held on to it. Very good job. Frankie Barroso actually being shown in 4th place right now. He might have had some kind of huge issue. He was in 2nd place. Right now finds himself in P4, so not good right there for Frankie.
Frankie's looking a little off for a road course right now. You're right, sitting back there in that Chevy from Florida. Can he figure it out early on? He's got a long ways to go in this race. I'm sure he will. Richard in that number 4. The Toyota's going to try to make a pass on the 15 at DJ Honeycutt. Can he make the pass on the inside on the front stretch?
Hard braking zone right here down to turn 1. Great job right there. DJ tries to do a little crossover move, it seemed like. Can't quite get it done, but man, DJ is strong today. Richard Woodruff is also very, very strong on road courses. We've seen how good he was earlier in the season at the Indy road course, and man, he just knows how to get around these places.
Yeah, it's going to be a good battle to watch all day long. DJ Richard and Frankie now. Nick Silver's in the mix there. He's in that 54, subbing for Bowie. He's in 7th. Nick Silver from California. I think Nick Silver will figure out this car pretty well. Nick Silver is a road course driver. I think by the end of this race, you'll see him in a top 5 battling it out. Watch out for him. He's my early pick this race to try to get that win.
Looking good. Josh Larson right now tells me right now he's 38 points to the good right now. Can't quite make it next week to Talladega's race, unfortunately. So he is looking to capitalize on points today to lock himself in. Man, oh man, right now looking pretty good though. Currently in P10. This is all he needs. Finish in the top 10 for these stages. Get the stage points. And then right now looking pretty good. So solid effort for him halfway through stage 1.
Josh Larson in that 51, he's in the top 10. He's going to be super consistent. That's what he's got to do. He's got to come out here and just take it easy. Let the car do the work. Don't make no mistakes. And right now he's making it work as we're looking at Daryl Young. He's in 18th, or excuse me, he's in 16th position. He's up 8 spots. So, hey, he's doing the same kind of driving style, letting the race come to him. Good looking 18 Grey Goose car. Got the pink on there for the breast cancer awareness. Love to see it. And just a sneak peek next week, Steve, for Halloween, he's got something up his sleeve. So I'll tell you what, watch out for him. I've
seen a couple of those Halloween paint schemes for a few of these drivers, and they look really, really good. So I cannot wait. But Daryl Young right now currently 129 points to the good entering this race. So just has to have a consistent race today, and he's pretty much locked into the next round. So or into the playoffs, so looking very, very strong for him. Further back, though, this is a lot of battles right here. Kenny Reel, Nick Simpson, Robert Song, they're catching them.
Yeah, Robert trying to do everything he can to hold off Thomas Meeks in the 55. He's back on the track trying to make his way through. He's up 2 spots. Thomas Meeks from Texas. Been solid all season. Needs to put together a good race.
Yeah, right now Marshall Harris back in the pack, 23rd currently right now. So the last driver right now on the lead lap. Well, I guess in the race altogether. Holding on to a solid effort. Has had some issues. Road courses are definitely not his jam, but hey, he's making it work. Getting other for points, looking pretty solid. Back up front though.
As long as he can. Yeah, back up front. Yeah, Brandon 6 up front. But as long as he can stay on the track, Marshall, and not get a lap down, which is going to be pretty challenging for him to go down one, because we're at 6, I believe, laps. We got to go to 8. I don't think there's enough time to do it. Maybe late in the race, stage 2, possibility. But right now, he just needs to stay on there and keep doing what he's doing. But to say the least, he's kind of struggling out here.
Right now, good buds, Mealy and Lights right here battling together. Nick Lights made the move a second ago for a top 8 finish right here down to Canada corner. You can see this right-hand corner, locks the brakes up in front of him. Nick Lights, but gets off just fine.
Nick Lights, one of your kind of driver known for oval racing, but he's putting a package together, sitting in 8th at the moment. He's in that number 21 car.
Devin Smirker, what do we got here? Lap 6 comes down pit road. Early strategy right here. I'm loving how this looks. Comes down pit road. What does he do? Does he take tires? I don't know if you take tires here, Emery. Tires on road courses nowadays are not the most efficient way to do it. We'll take a look, man. This is a interesting move.
He's just gonna go down and get some fuel unless he wants to make some major adjustments to that car. But you're right. I don't think tires are going to happen right now. He's just doing some early strategy stuff, but he's still in the pits. He's not left yet.
Yeah,
so that is interesting, Steve.
Taking 4 tires. I mean, that's a very interesting call. Obviously took full fuel there too. So we'll see how this works for Devin. Obviously going to think He's not going to have to pit this next time by, which, hey, you know what? Smart move. If it works out for him, we'll watch that storyline as we go. But Brandon 6 right now leads the field 6 seconds ahead of Mark Whitley. Frankie Barroso currently in P3 as well.
Had some issues in the back. Looks like Robert Hassong in that 8 from Michigan had some problems. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but he is not happy on the radio. He has now stopped the car and is off the track, put that car back in the pits. That might be his day. I am not sure what happened.
Not good right there. Kenny Reel
in trouble too.
Man, Kenny locked the brakes up right there. Throttling up on that corner is pretty tough. Kenny Reel trying to make it work right now. Currently in 18th place.
Got to get all the points he can. Scheme. He's got a different car out here today, Steve.
Looks pretty sweet. Not gonna lie.
I'm not either. You know what? I think this is the first time to get a closer look. I think it's the first time he's not rocking a Jordan car.
Looks very good. Josh Larson off track right here too. Man, oh man, right there. In Canada corner had an issue. Maintains P11 right now, but that's a tough break for him.
Brandon 6 up front now in that number 66 car. He's crossing one more time, and that will bring out our first stage at lap 8. If it were to sit as it does now, Brandon 6 would be first, Mark Whitley in second, Frankie Barroso in third, Richard in fourth, and Nick Silver in fifth. That's your top 5 here at Road America.
So far, so good. Mark Whitley in P2. Man, this battle right here, though, Frankie Barroso kind of caught up to him. Looking pretty strong right here for him. Nick Silver, Richard Woodruff. DJ Honeycutt got around. Actually lost some time right there to Nick Silver. So holding on to it right now in 6th place. Looking good. Only lap 7, so next time by, that stage will end.
Nick Silver up 2 spots. DJ Honeycutt 2 spots, both of them. Matt Smith having a day in that 29. He's up 5 positions. He's now broke the top 10.
Yeah, he's doing great. I mean, right now, again, just consistency. You don't have to be necessarily fast. Just stay consistent, keep it on the track, minimize incident points, and have a pretty good day.
We've already had 3 or 4 cars get off the track, and that costs them some precious time and positions. If you're one of those cars keeping it consistent, hey, you're going to make those positions back up, and you can find yourself finishing pretty good here at Wisconsin. And that's all you got to do. Be consistent, be patient, let the race come to you. Brandon 6 is going to make one more turnaround as he goes on the front stretch, crossing the finish line. This will bring out our first stage of the race. Brandon 6 is your winner of stage 1.
Not quite, though. Keep in mind, stage finish line on road courses. So he is almost, this is the lap we'll throw it. That stage finish line right at the kink is when we're going to throw that yellow. So a lot of racing still to go here before we end this stage. Thomas Meeks off track a little bit.
Good thing he wasn't listening to the broadcast because he's wrong. We still are green.
Yes, sir. So we are almost wrapping this thing up. And oh man, Tyler Honeycutt, I believe, off track as well. Big time off that final corner. I'm going to lose some time right there in P12 right now.
Man, oh man, Daryl Young now, he's up 9 spots in that 18, looking very strong. Can he keep it together here? Big movement early on in the race.
Yes, sir. Here it is. So Brandon 6 right now, coming around to the carousel. And right after that carousel will be that little short chute. And then the kink, and that'll bring out the stage finish.
Brandon 6 just dominating. He is so good at road courses too, Steve. Not only ovals, but man, tracks like these, he puts in a ton of time. and makes it work. Stage 1 winner, Brandon 6. Here at Road America, Steve, pretty good so far. A lot of good racing.
Yeah, looking very, very good right now. I mean, Brandon 6, obviously very, very good, very fast here. I mean, Frankie Barroso, Mark Whitley, Devin Smirker, I think they've got something 4-6 for sure. I just think sometimes drivers take stage 1 and they learn from it, learn how tire wear is going to affect them and things like that. So we'll see how this works. But right now, Brandon 6 going to catch that pace car.
Tell you what, the biggest surprise early move was Devin in that 26. He was in second, third position, decided to go in the pits, get some fuel and some tires. He was the only driver that has done that. Not quite sure what's going on, but strategy is in play with that team.
Yes, sir. And this right here is why we have that stage finish line on cautions, because Brandon 6 right here, he crossed the line earlier in that lap and then catches the pace car right here. If that stage would have ended normally at the start finish line, we would have had to go all the way back around one more time to catch the pace car. So we do that to minimize yellow flags, or yellow flag laps under caution, especially for these stages. We want to have these boys race as much as they can under the green flag on road courses. So this is why we do it. Pit road will open up next lap, I believe. So a good time right now to go and thank our channel sponsors. We'll talk to Brandon 6 after pits. We'll come right back.
And we are back here at Road America in Wisconsin. Brandon 6 was your winner on stage 1. Pace car is out. We're going to re-rack them and start off the race and go to lap 18. That will be stage 2 finish. Pretty good race so far, as we are going to bring in Brandon 6, our stage 1 winner. Brandon 6, are you there? You got a copy?
I did. How's it going, fellas?
Good, man. Hey, you're out there up front. You got a stage 1 win. Kind of Sunday afternoon drive, keeping the car clean. You're looking really smooth. What are your thoughts on this course here at Road America?
It's definitely tricky, that's for sure. Gotta try and keep the rear tires on it, keep the front tires on it. Just keep the tires on it in general, I'll put it that way. I'm sure if Frankie can keep it clean here, I think Frankie's got a really good shot at me here as the run goes on. It looks like Mark and Devin are both pretty fast, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have my work cut out for me as the race goes on here.
Well, you're making it look easy early on in this race. Congratulations on that stage 1 win. You've got Frankie, Mark, and Richard behind you. Good luck, and have a good rest of the race.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
All right, that's Brandon 6, your stage 1 winner. Steve, very consistent out of him. Very dominant this season. He wants to come out and win every single race, and he's proven that to be a factor and to be true, as now they are going into the pit. Steve, what is the strategy here?
I'll tell you what, it's tough. I mean, I think if you're fast like a Brandon 6, Frankie, Mark Whitley, I think maybe you take tires here. I don't think you take tires in the second stage, my personal opinion, but you definitely fill up on fuel.
Yeah, you definitely want to get that fuel in the car. I think if you're in the back, middle of the pack, farther back, I think tires may play into this one. Want to keep that car on the track and be as smooth as you can, as now they are taking tires up front. He's going to take all 4. Couple just only take 2. 6 looks like he's going to be second leaving the pits. as more cars are coming out. There's a bunch of traffic here. A lot of different strategies, Steve.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, this is what it comes down to, though. Strategy big time in these road course races. The tires aren't really a huge factor. A lot of this course is right-handers versus left-handers. So some of these guys might have taken lefts right there as opposed to taking rights, you know, on a left turn dominant oval, right? So I mean, we'll see what they do. Mark Whitley obviously deciding to take those tires right there, so looking good. Devin Smirker actually did pit right there as well. So again, that strategy of coming down pit road early, we're not super sure of, I guess, the reason for that. I think we'll bring him in here in just a second, see if we can figure out what that strategy was. Actually, no, let's just bring him in right now. We got the time. Sneak in Devin Smirker here.
While we're bringing him in here right now, just want to say thanks to everybody at home at Race Day Live. Thanks for tuning in. A good turnout this week for a road course. Admin box as well. Units moved in portable storage. Battle Beaver, Harpoon Design, and Sim Motion. All of those sponsors, we appreciate you being here. And I think we do have Devin in that 26 in here. Devin, you got a copy?
Yeah, what up, Jacob?
Hey, it's me and Steve in the booth. We were just curious. You went in super early there in the pits. Were you getting tires? Were you making some adjustments? What was going on there? Because we saw you come in at the stage break as well.
I didn't come in on the stage break, sir. I should be able to pass all these guys, though, correct? I didn't come in when they pitted.
Well, I thought Steve had said you went in as well, but it looks like you stayed out. What was the reason for staying out there or going in early? You getting some fuel, getting some tires, kind of switching it up, making a break?
Jumping 6 on the restarting in front of him here. But it's telling me to line up behind these guys, but that doesn't make a whole lot of sense given that I did not pit under caution, so they should lose their positions now. Like, I should be able to jump them.
Interesting. Well, they're going to have to make some adjustments on the track. Looks like you're going to work your way up to the field, and if you are getting that jump on Brandon 6, the strategy is playing out. So, good luck to you. We will sort it out on the track and have a good rest of your race.
Thank you.
Oh, watch out. Almost some contact there. That's Devin. Steve, so he didn't go in. He stayed out, and now looks like he's going to start up front.
Yeah, yes, sir. He definitely deserves to be in the front. I mean, right, that's a strange scenario. Sometimes, I mean, you know, on like the short tracks, if yellow flags don't count, you know, they'll do the whole, you know, like he basically locked into the position where the yellow comes out. But that's not the case here. So definitely some tomfoolery going on. But we'll definitely let race control take that. But right now, going to be giving him that P1 spot. Yeah, he didn't pit right there, so obviously deserves to have that first position. Sometimes obviously just has some little glitches in the matrix, but it is all good. That's why we have that eye in the sky, Brandon Davis up there, so shouldn't be a problem here. Right now, Choose car is approaching. Yes, we do choose on road courses, and here we are.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, Steve, because now it's showing that Devin's back in the pack. It doesn't like he may be the leader when we go back green, so not exactly sure how they're going to sort this out. We've got a little bit of road course madness going on. Brandon, race control's got a lot of work ahead of him to try to figure out how we're going to make this work. But Mark Whitley, Devin now is up there. Brandon 6, Josh Larson, Joseph Mealy, your top 5. Brandon is now still 26 is dropping back, Steve. So interesting events going on here. Get some more information from Brandon to see how they sort this out, and get some more information what's going on. Regardless, they are side by side, stacked up. We're gonna get another restart at Road America. Love this course in Wisconsin. Good action early on and good racing. All drivers, all cars on lead lap. Jackson Anderson in the back there, Marshall Harris, James Kaufman, Scott in that 7. He's in 19th. Donnie Honeycutt in 18th. See if they can make their way through the field. Now this stage does end at 18 laps. We got a ways to go in the second stage. And they make it on fuel. They all got fuel and tires. Do they have enough in it to make it all the way through?
Yes, sir. Hey, you know what? Let's bring in our race control. Brandon Davis, let's talk about that scenario there with Devin Smirker. Hey, Brandon, man, you got us?
Yes, I do.
So yeah, talk to us about just the scenario with Devin Smirker. Odd scenario for sure.
So I haven't had a chance to review it yet since I'm being the pace to choose car, but how iRacing handles it, and I believe it's how it is in real life as well. It's based on where you are when you're passing pit exits. So if he's like a mile behind, unfortunately, he was too far back to be able to gain the positions.
Aha. Okay. That makes complete sense then. Sounds good. Sounds like he wasn't able to yeah, so he was probably too far back still when the leaders exited pit road, if I had to guess.
I'll have to confirm that, but that's
gotcha.
what it sounds like.
Alrighty. No problem. Thanks for the clarification. We'll let you get back to it, man.
All right. Looks like we got Rick here almost.
Well, Steve, that would be a huge blow to the 26 and the team, as now he was going to be in the front to restart. He is going to drop all the way to the back, as they still have to review and see how that's going to play out for this race. 26, I am sure, is a little upset, as he thought that he was going to start up front.
Yeah,
and now
I mean,
finds himself all the way back there.
yeah, typically on ovals, right? I mean, like you don't pit and then you go past the leaders, but it sounds like, from my understanding, that Smirker, since he pit, he was so far back of the pack and the leaders that the leaders were able to pit under the stage and pass that pit exit line before Smirker could be to the front, so, or pass them basically while they're on pit road. So that's what I understand. Obviously, we'll take a look at this post-race as well, but yeah, Smirker trying to pull a fast one. Not a bad move, but man, oh man, some drama already. He's already locked into the playoffs, trying to get his first win, but Brandon 6 and Mark Whitley going to lead us off here, Emery.
27 of Mark Whitley from California in the Chevy. He's out front. Brandon 6 in that 66. He's on the inside. As green flag's out, they're going to take us into turn 1 and 2. And we're going to see quite the battle. The start of stage 2. We got to go all the way to 18. Watch Mark Whitley and Brandon 6 go for it all here. As they exit out of turn 3, they're going to go into turn 5 and 6. This is where the drama can unfold. Mark Whitley's out to a big lead in front of Brandon 6 as they slow it down. Can they make the corner? Looking pretty good for those two, as they got a couple cars in the back locking up the brakes.
Ooh, big wreck right here in turn 5. Nick Simpson clogs the works right here. In the way of Rob Hassong, James Coffin,
Kaufman's involved.
Marshall Harris down bad.
Man, oh man, that's our big first contact. You were talking about it, Steve. Turn 5 and 6 is where the carnage is going to happen, and it did unfold right there. Can they get back on the field, on the track, and make something work? They've got some damage to the car. Mark Whitley still out front. Brandon 6 trying to track him down. Frankie, Joseph Mealy, and Josh Larson up 5 spots after the pit stop. He's in 5th. That's your top 5.
Chaos already. Mark Whitley up in the lead right now. Frankie in 3rd place. Could not get going like he wanted to. Man, Brandon 6, though, is catching Mark Whitley pretty quick. What does he have for him? Can Mark Whitley in the clean air make it work? Right now looking pretty good. Smirker right now already back up to P10 after that drama that unfolded in that stage. Still working his way out, but right now looking pretty strong right there in that 10th spot.
Thomas Meeks, who started in the back of the pack, is up 12 spots. He's in 11th. He's in that Chevy doing really solid here. Can he make his way up to the top 10? He's got to get past Devin in the 26, who started in the back. He's already jumped through half of the field, getting closer to break that top 10 position.
Yeah, he's looking great over there in P11. Awesome job. Nick Lights is making a move here on Matthew Smith. Looking pretty good. Nick Lights, though, oh boy. Too much, I think. Man, slows it down.
29's in a little bit of contact there. He's on the inside. The 15 of DJ Honeycutt's going to try to get the pass. That's Smith.
Oh, no. Woodruff.
Still in front of Nick. Oh, no.
Woodruff off track. Now back to 15th place. He was a top 5 car earlier. One mistake. That's all it takes right here for Woodruff. He does not need that. Trying to sneak his way into the playoffs. Man, oh, man.
So easy to do. These two top 5 drivers right here, Joseph Mealy, Josh Larson, Matt Smith, all up 5+ positions. Love to see that. Josh Larson, he started in that 10th position. We got a car on the wall.
Donnie Honeycutt off track right there, right before the carousel. Car's still intact though, so just gotta keep her going.
Nick Simpson to that 46, who had some damage. He is way off pace. He's in turn 1, going into 3 now. Mark Whitley's not too far behind. He may be our first car a lap down, as we still have a battle up here with the 15.
Yeah, Larson
Nick
was there.
Silver.
Larson had a tough Canada corner right there. And man, he just got collected. Like 5-car pack right here. Larson still's in front. He's got some fast cars behind him though. Nick Silver. DJ Honeycutt, excuse me. Oh my word. We're coughing, we're sneezing, we're doing all kinds of stuff here at Road America.
We're okay. 15 on the side is just gonna get past Nick Silver, but Nick Silver's gonna take it back.
Nick Simpson
I love
absolutely in shambles in the hurry downs. What is happening? Has some right side damage, looking pretty tough right now in that Sour and Sun machine. Tell you what,
Nick Simpson
needs a lot more than a car wash at this point. But holding on to it. Listen, you can't power wash metal, man. But right now, still holding on to it. 22nd place. He'll get it. Man, DJ
I am
Honeycutt.
impressed.
Whoa,
I'm impressed
Matt
with Mark
Smith.
Whitley.
Way off track right here. Had some contact with Josh Larson in the same spot Nick Simpson did. Hey, that can happen. Tough racing right here. Josh Larson knows he's got some fast drivers behind him, trying to hold him off. Can't quite do it.
Steve, speaking of hold him off, Mark Whitley up front still. Brandon Six can't catch him.
Yeah, he's making it work right now, looking very, very strong. Although, keep in mind, Brandon Six mentioned tires, so I think he's holding a little bit in reserves. Doesn't want to blow those tires off too quick. Rubber's really important here. Oh, no! Josh Larson! What just happened? Top 5. And then hit the wall pretty hard there. I think that was involving maybe Matt Smith. DJ Honeycutt off track too. Couple of very, very fast drivers.
Stage 2 is getting wild, Steve. Josh Larson, who is consistent all day long, makes a mistake, and he's going to fall all the way back, losing a ton of spots. He's now in 16th.
Real quick, let's go back. Josh Larson off track right here. It involved multiple cars. Let's see if we can figure out what happened. Race day replay, here we go. Oh, DJ Honeycutt Larson got together right there. That little short shoot down by the kink. That's a tough break right there. 2 fast drivers holding on to it. Devin Smirker right now in P11. I am running out of breath.
Man, oh man. Josh may be a little upset after that contact that sends him off the track. Trying to make his way back through. He is -5 spots from where he started, and he was all the way up in the top 5 position as well. Unfortunate break for him.
I should probably go live, Emery. Here we go. Mark Whitley up front still, 0.6 of a second lead. Holding on to it. Brandon Six. I do think holding on to some tires a little extra, though. looking strong right now, but further back, Frankie Barroso, I think making it work pretty well too. Clean race, million lights. Right here, some flagship boys, looking pretty good.
Man, Steve, I tell you what, this is what the road courses are all about. It's all about having fun. I'm having fun with you in the booth today. This has been fantastic. We're having a great day. Hey, Road America, 32 laps total. We got to go to 18 for stage 2. And Mark Whitley's still up front trying to hold him off. Nick Silver, Matt Smith, Thomas Meeks having a day. He's back there in the top 10. Jackson Anderson now. Where did Jackson Anderson come from? He's in that 83 in that Chevy from Texas. He's now broke the top 10. He's in 9th.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he's looking pretty good today. Right now, though, hold on. Big battle. Nick Lights, Nick Silver. Close right here, man. Joseph Mealy right behind him. Great job right there in Canada corner. But back to Jackson Anderson, man, I'll tell you what, I've called him my favorite in the past 2 races. Won't do the same here for sure, but looking pretty good just the same. Thomas Meeks in P8 looking very strong. Got a little slidey right there. A little Tokyo drift out of Canada corner, but holding on tight to it.
Got to be a little loose to be fast. Mark Whitley and Brandon Six, those guys up front, Frankie Barroso, they all know how to do it. Got to be a little out of control,
yes,
but also in control of that car, and you can be fast on a road course or even oval.
Man, Jackson Anderson here trying to reach around out of there in the final corner. Turn 1. Gets around Thomas Meeks. Unbelievable job right there. Awesome job. Thomas Meeks doing a pretty good job right there in P9. Had some pit strategy in turn all right, folks, we're back. Nothing to see here. Taking a quick break. You never know what can happen in the booth. Kenny Real right now in P13. Looking solid. Man, 13th place right there for him. Had some issues in stage 1, but right now looking pretty good still in 13th. Scott Gasorn. Quiet day so far, but right now 14th place for him. Looking pretty good. Not the fastest car on track, but hey, it just comes back down to holding the fenders on together, keeping it going, staying off track, or I guess on track in this case. Having a fantastic run. Emery
Man,
is
oh man,
just completely.
Steve,
hey,
I mean, it is hot in the booth today. Let's go.
Yeah.
It's a day race.
it
it's been
sure
hot in the
is.
booth.
It sure is. Mark Whitley though, man, P1 7 seconds English, you know. Brandon 6, man, what happened to him? 7 seconds back right now of Mark Whitley. Putting Nick Simpson down the lap on a road course. I don't know how that's possible, but he's doing it. Nick Simpson, though, hey, still looking pretty good, though. Points matter. 22nd place still pays points. And all these points matter for the playoffs. Mark Whitley, though, 6 seconds up ahead. Only a couple laps to go until stage 1 concludes. And he's making it work right now. Brandon 6 in P2. Frankie Barroso, again, just so far back. I think right now, between you and me, Emery, I think this is Frankie and Brandon 6 holding on to their tires. I haven't really been alerted that they've been off track or whatnot, so I think this is coming down to, you know what? Hold on to your tires as best as you can in the second stage, knowing you're not going to take tires in the stage 2 caution. And then stage 3, just blow them right off. think we lost Emery. We'll find out in just a second. Man, Mark Whitley, though, looking really, really solid. Tyler Honeycutt off track right now. Well, actually in the pits. Looking to see, maybe trying to do the same thing that Smirker did. Maybe just having some more issues. Don't see him taking any tires right now. Man, not good for him. Not sure what's the situation right there with him. Right now, looking pretty solid, though. Points-wise, for Tyler Honeycutt, looking strong. Right now, 67 points up, so probably won't have enough to be locked in after this race. But Talladega will have a pretty good lead right there. Matthew Fleming, currently in P11, man, he will be the first guy to say, hey, I'm not a big fan of these road courses, as his teammate, Thomas Meeks, was off track quite a bit. But Fleming right here, not the biggest fan of road courses in general, but he's such a great driver. He can make it happen, right? I mean, a championship caliber season, you got to be good at even the places that you're not good at. And Fleming right now, solid job. Kenny Reels yeets it off the final corner. Yeah, good job by him so far, too.
Yeah, you were talking about Matt Fleming in that 88. We were talking about all you got to do is be consistent, and you'll find your way through this field. He's looking at the top 11, top 10 right now, DJ Honeycutt. My question is, where did Jackson Anderson come from? He was all the way in the back, looked like he was struggling, but now in this stage 2, having a day. Watch out for him. Richard in that 4, Joseph Mealy, Matt Smith, all those guys trailing, trying to track down Mark Whitley, Brandon Six, and Frankie.
Yeah, I think this is the thing, right? I mean, Jackson's doing pretty good right now. P9. Richard Woodruff, again, had some big issues earlier on. Fortunately, had to do his thing and catch back up. The 12 car right now, hold on, Marshall had some issues right there, having some issues out of the final corner. Keeps it going. Tyler Honeycutt back on track, so no problem there. But Mark Whitley takes that stage finish, is going to be our stage 2 winner. Again, he's subbing in for Roger Pierce, so those points don't necessarily go to Roger Pierce, but they only help the team championship. Mark Whitley, though, out here for trophies and interviews, and right now looking pretty good right there. Again, Brandon Six, Emery, and Frankie Barroso, they're very strong. I think they kind of pulled back a little bit and said, you know what, Mark, take the stage. Your points don't matter anyway for the playoffs. You're not even in them. We're going to hold on to our tires and save them for stage 3. What do you think?
Yeah, I think you're right. Brandon Six and Frankie just playing strategy there. They're both teammates, and that could very well be true. As now we're at the end of stage 2. Mark Whitley is your winner. Brandon Six and Frankie, Nick Silver, they're going to be right behind Mark, trying to track him down to finish this race and get a win. But hey, congratulations to Mark getting that stage 2 win, Steve. I think we're going to bring him in and have a word with him in that 27 Extreme car.
Yeah, for sure. Right now, we're going to let these boys catch up to the pace car, actually, just to make sure that they actually get organized and everything. It's just efficient there in that case. Right now, though, we'll go and thank our channel sponsors. These stage breaks, they're so long. Be a good chance to go and thank them for that. Admin Box, Harpoon Design, and then Under Pressure Washing Solutions. Tell you what, fantastic companies. Go check them out. Social medias, websites. We'll come right back, folks.
And we are back here at Road America. Mark Whitley got the stage 2 win. We're going to have a word with him before they get to the pits. Congratulations on that finish of stage 2. Mark Whitley, I think he's in the booth. You got a copy with us.
Gotcha.
Mark, how you doing? How you feeling out there? Stage 2 win. Frankie and Brandon 6 kind of fall back a little bit. You were way ahead. What are your thoughts on that car, and how's the car feeling?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. This car's really weird. It kind of likes old tires, which is just backwards of everything else I've ever driven. So it really felt like it came alive that run. I ran faster, like a second and a half faster than I did in practice or qualifying. So, you know, it's just a matter of holding them off. I think they were just trying to save toward the end of that run to see how long they can go setting up for this next run. It's going to be a kind of weird number of laps. So I think it's going to be interesting to see who's going to try to make it and who's going to have to pit. So hoping we can figure out which is the best for us.
Well, you're out front. You got to hold them off. 32 laps total in this race. You only have 14 left to go. Congratulations on that stage 2 won, and good luck to you the rest of this race.
Thank you.
All right, that's Mark Whitley subbing in that 27 Extreme car from California in the Chevy. Steve, only 14 to go. We'll have 13 or so to go when we go back green. This is going to come to an end here shortly. It's been a great, fantastic time here in Wisconsin at Road America for the day race.
Yeah, this is going to be pretty exciting because this whole thing, he mentioned it, fuel is going to be a concern here. You can go about 10, maybe 11 laps on fuel, but it's going to be so tight. You have to save fuel at some degree this third stage. So who can make it happen? Who can't? We'll find out.
Well, they're going to go into the pits and get the tires, get the fuel, make some adjustments, get back out there. We saw some interesting strategy the first pit stop. Will we see it again here? Mark Whitley and Brandon 6 right on his tail, getting to their box to make some changes.
Look at this.
Devin's going to stay out, Steve. Now he will be up front officially when this restart happens. Last pit stop, he wanted to stay out, but hey, didn't have enough time, and he had to go all the way to the back as we're looking at that line of cars. Mark looks like he only took 2 tires. Brandon 6 took 2 tires. They're all coming back onto the track. That's a cool shot by the producers at Race Day Live.
Yes, sir. Pit road is busy right now, but you saw that Devin Smirker coming out P1. That's great for him for now. Leads that lap, gets an extra point, but it's concerning in the long run for the race win because he still has to pit for fuel. There's definitely no way he's going to hold on to fuel that long. So this is going to be a one-stopper for him for sure. Just a matter of everybody else has to do the same thing.
I think we have one car that may have sped on the pits, and he's going to have to drop back. We're trying to get some confirmation here.
Mark Whitley.
But I believe Mark Whitley, which was up front, was going to start up front. That restart has sped in the pits, so he will fall back all the way to the end.
Man, that is, I'll tell you what, that is just opens the door for Brandon 6, Frankie Barroso, even Devin if he can get around back to the front too, but this is heartbreaking news for Whitley. Hate to see it, but man, fast cars, you got to put together a full race, and this right here is not doing that. Nick Silver as well, back in the pack as well, 17th place right now. Again, he didn't have, or he was looking great, finished P4, I believe, in that stage, so right now, also back in the pack, so just a tough scenario. Kenny Real under yellow, man.
Off the track there. Hey, Steve, before we go back green, do you want to bring in a driver and have a word with maybe Matt Smith, Joseph Mealy?
I'll tell you what, I'm really interested to see what Devin Smirker has to say, but we already talked to him, so I'll let him concentrate. Yeah, at this point, I mean, who do you want to bring in? It's fair game.
Well, Matt Smith is from Pennsylvania in that Chevy car. He's up 8 spots, sitting almost in the top 5. Let's see if we can bring him in, have a word with Matt Smith.
All right, let's do it.
Race is coming to an end. We want to thank everybody at Race Day Live. The chat has been very lively. We appreciate you tuning in every week. This has been fun time here at Road America. We do have Matt Smith. Matt, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. Got a copy.
Matt, you're looking pretty strong late in this race. We only have 13 to go. You're in that top 10 position, trying to break the top 5. How you feeling out here?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty comfortable. I have a lot more confidence in the car than I did before in practice. Feeling pretty good for a good top 10, maybe even top 5.
Love to see that, Matt. You've been really consistent and making your way. And hey, if you get that top 5, that would be fantastic. Congratulations on where you're at right now. Stay consistent, and good luck to you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
All right, that's Matt Smith in the Chevy. Having a day here in Wisconsin, Steve. Love to see him in that car, doing well.
Yeah, looking
Jackson
very good
Anderson.
right now.
Yeah, Jackson Anderson, Matthew Fleming, all these guys in the top 10. It's been a fun race at Road America.
Yes, sir. Right now, Choose car is approaching, so what will these drivers do today? Coming down pit road, it's one driver. We'll catch that in a second, but right now, left side, right side. Interesting calls right here all around. A couple of drivers having some bad luck in that stage 2 especially. But man, right now, looking to make it work. Rob Hassan comes down pit road. This is where they're going to be coming down and topping off on fuel, as you can see. So a good job here, Devin Smirker.
Yeah, interesting situation here. Kenny Reel has stopped. I'm not sure what they're doing in the back, as all the cars are. Looks like he had to wait for the choose spot there.
Yeah, it's tough because right there the choose line is right where the pit road entrance is, so you don't want to pass that car as they come down pit road. So tough little break there. But right now, a lot of drivers are here choosing to hold on to those tires, get some tires, get some fuel, get themselves comfortably to the end of this race. So looking strong, but man, right now, Devin Smirk are going to get some prime time spot right here in the lead. But what does that mean for his fuel strategy? Can he make it rest of the way? Was he saving fuel potentially that whole second stage? We're going to find out what he plans to do here. Long way to go though. 12 laps to go, 11 laps to go at the end.
Lot of time left, lot of laps left. This is a 4-mile road course, 14 turns. Brandon 6 has figured it out. Frankie has as well. Devin's up front, been strong. Got in some little controversy early on, but now back up front. Can he stay there on old tires? Richard in that number 4 looking really strong. Matt Smith, Joseph Mealy, Jackson Anderson from Texas. He is in 7th. Matt Fleming, Josh Larson, DJ Honeycutt. That's your top 10. All these drivers, anyone can come out here and try to steal this win today. Everyone needs the points for playoffs. We only have one more race left in the regular season after this on Halloween, and that will be a show. But right now, Road America has provided. We've had some really strong road course racing. I cannot wait to see you finish, Steve.
Yes, sir. Yeah, what does Devin Smirker have for this pack right here? I mean, obviously Mark Whitley is now out of the way, so no need to worry about that when it comes to Brandon 6 or Frankie Barossa. This top 5, it's a big player out of this race, seemingly at least, since we'll have no cautions to end it. Right now, though, we're going to go green until the end of this race, so it all comes down to, hey, did you hold on to your tires? Do you have enough fuel? You have to save fuel. Maybe early on, you hold on to those tires and the fuel. Smirker here hoping, I believe, if our calculations are right, that he has to pit once more. Quick splash and go. He's hoping everybody else can do the same thing here, but we'll see what he has for him in the lead.
Gonna be interesting to see what happens. Thomas Meeks, man, you were talking about 55 up 12 spots. Unbelievable run by him. Daryl Young, he had to drop back, still up 6 spots in 18th. Can he make a late run here? Mark Whitley, he got in some issues. He's all the way back. He's 15 spots, dropped to 19th. Unfortunate, he sped on the pits. He's dropping farther back. He's got to start from the end of the line. Scott Gasorn in that number 7. He's in that Chevy from Ohio. Doing pretty well in 13th. So many drivers making moves. We've got a lot of race left, Steve. I cannot wait to see what happens, man. I tell you what, pace cars off. We will go back green flag racing. Devin will be number 1 to take us to green flag. Brandon 6 and Frankie Barossa, your top 3. Devin's going to start on the inside as they are off. Turn 1, turn 2, 3. Going to be a little wild, but all the chaos, the drama is going to be in turn 5 and 6. As Devin works to the outside. Lane through turn 1. Still green, 11 laps to go. get through turn 3. Brandon 6 is right on the tail of the 26 of Devin, but here's turn 5. This is where it can get a little crazy.
Great job so far coming down. Turn 5 right here. Very difficult. Left-hander Thomas Meeks hold on to those brakes a little longer, but looking good. Turn 6 right here. Left-hander blind uphill left. Solid job right now, Emery. Can't have any mistakes.
Love those shots here at Wisconsin from Race Day Live producers. Single file as they take off here. Devin still up front. Lots of braking going on. Thomas Meeks went off the track.
Tell you what, great shots here to your point, Emery. A beautiful track right here in Wisconsin, North America. One of my favorite road courses. Man, Marshall Harris way off track right there. Almost loses it.
Atlantis, that was so close. That could have been very dangerous.
But up front, none other than Devin Smirker in that Husky and Cardano machine. Looking really good as usual. Brandon 6 right now. Doesn't look like they're holding on to any fuel. Fuel right now doesn't look like a big concern, so off they go.
Man, that's such a big break for Devin earlier in the race because he looks so comfortable up front in this car. Does he have what it takes to stay up there? I know he's got to go back in and get some tires and fuel, but man, he looks so solid in that one spot. Brandon 6 behind. He's still got to conserve those tires, but he's going to try to track him down. 10 to go now at this track. It's a long track. We talked about it, 4 miles. Long way to go. 2 minutes a lap, a little over.
I mean, you can see it right here too. Racine, Wisconsin. This is a home track for Devin Smirker. Man, he is trying to get his win, his first win of the season here at his home track. What can he do to get it done?
Matt Smith in that 29, that Chevy from Pennsylvania. He's now in 5th. We talked to him at stage 2 break. He's one spot up. So we're on board, taking a look at him driving in the cockpit.
Looking pretty solid, looking very smooth in that car. That's definitely what you need to do at a road course like this. You don't want to have a lot of jerking motions, as that could definitely loosen up that car and spin you out. Right now, he's looking really solid today, Matt Smith.
Yeah, strong outing from him. Love to see it. 10 to go now, as they're going to creep up to the turn 12 and 13. 2 more turns, and we will be on the front stretch. 9 to go as they cross, as we're taking a look at that 18 of Daryl Young. And that great goose car, he's off the track a little bit. Keeps it. Oh, can he hold on to it? Daryl Young off the track.
Oh, Marshall Harris.
Crazy side.
Oh, my
Marshall's
word.
in the wall.
Gutter ball. Keeps it going though straight. Great job by Marshall Harris, man. Tough break. Nick Simpson, although further on back 21st place. Not good to see that. And Tyler Honeycutt 1 lap down, unfortunately. Has a pretty good lead though in the standings, so might be okay entering Talladega, but man, tough break. Josh Larson making a move around Jackson Anderson.
Yeah, not sure what happened to Jackson, but he's got some cars flying by him. Josh Larson passes him. DJ Honeycutt just kind of feels out of sort there. Jackson was up there in that top 10, now falls back a couple spots.
Oh, Thomas Meeks off track again, turn 1. That was right in front of Mark Whitley. Mark Whitley going to get that extra position right now, currently in P15. Again, 9 laps to go. Not sure if he can make it to the front.
Yeah, Mark Whitley with that speeding in the pits penalty. He's had to fall all the way back in the back of the line. Now he's in 15th. I think he's going to run out of time trying to make it back up through the field.
Yeah, it's getting close for sure. Matthew Fleming right now holding off DJ Honeycutt. A lot of favorites here. DJ Honeycutt looking pretty good. Matthew Fleming, we know how fast he is, but right now, at top 8 right now. Great finish for him. If he can finish that off, because he'll tell you every single time, road courses are not his specialty. But up front, Devin Smirker getting pretty good right now. A 1 second lead. Oh, you can hear it. Brandon 6 holding on to that fuel. Let's ride on board, Brandon 6. This track has some long straightaways, Emery, so you can really save fuel. Let's listen in as he comes down to turn 1. We'll see him cut it off, I've got a feeling. Jump on board back in just a second. Smirker gets a little
Devin
loose
makes a
right
mistake there.
Here he comes, pit road. So he has got to pit, Devin Smirker. Again, no tires, just a splash of fuel, and that'll be it. Brandon 6 though.
Yeah, Devin was coming in quick in the pits. I'm glad he got to slow that down.
Matthew Fleming as well. Jackson Anderson, Scott Casorin all coming down pit road for fuel. You can see him right now. Smirker gets into his spot. He'll be there for maybe a second or two, and that'll be it for him. Off he goes. That'll be it for him. That Cardano machine, Hosky. So now the question becomes, who can save fuel? Who can get to the end? Can Brandon 6 make it? Richard Woodruff, Frankie Barroso having some issues. He was just in P2. But Woodruff gets around him. Tell you what, Woodruff is just impressing me. Looking so good right now. Doesn't always have the results necessarily in ovals, but man, come to a road course and Woodruff just knows how to do it. Looking very, very strong today.
And he snuck up there in that top 5, looking strong all day. Does he have what it takes? Brandon 6, you were talking about saving the field. Brandon 6 and Frankie Barroso are on the same team, so they have the same strategy. Can they both save enough to make it to the end as the 21 car is in the grass?
Man.
And almost out of commission. Unfortunate for Nick Lights.
Not good right now. Marshall Harris, big issues right now. Down by turn 5. Speaking of Halloween, looking like those Reese's at the bottom of your trick-or-treat bag, man. Looking pretty beat up right there in that 21 machine. But overall, hey, this is what it takes, endurance.
That is unfortunate for Marshall Harris. He has been struggling all day long. But still on the track as we're looking now at Frankie up top. Steve, I'll tell you, Richard is a driver that can come out here and possibly, more than likely, get a win.
Yeah,
so strong.
That's the thing. I mean, like he could steal this if he's been good enough on fuel. We'll ride on board Woodruff and see if he's cutting it off or anything. But man, he is looking strong today. You can hear it. He's not saving any fuel, so he probably feels like he's good to go here. Great job. DJ Honeycutt coming down pit road. Again, this is for fuel as well. Some really good drivers right here coming down pit road, like DJ Honeycutt, Matthew Fleming. If these drivers coming down pit road need fuel, that worries me for guys like Brandon 6 and Richard Woodruff. They probably have to come down pit road as well again.
Yeah, Brandon 6, I don't think he has enough to stay out there, but I've been proven wrong before. I just think he is pushing the car too hard to have any fuel left. But time will tell. As we're looking through the field of these drivers, a lot of them going in to get some fuel, getting a pit strategy and getting back on the track. The top 3, I think more than likely will all have to go in and get some fuel regardless of the end of this race.
Yeah, I think these drivers are going to try and save as much fuel as they can early on, but I think they also know that, you know what, they might not make it, and they got to just get to it. I mean, Brandon 6 will ride on board for a second. Coming down Canada corner, taking the kink. Yeah, so you can hear it. Still cutting the engine off. doing it in corners where very, look at this, cuts it way off. So he thinks he can make it on fuel, or at the very least going to try his damnedest to do it. But man, this is a tough break for him. Fuel saving on road courses. I know it's not everyone's favorite thing to do, but hey, that brings in the strategy. Sometimes these races come down to that. Sometimes they're manufactured like that to bring in different results. Road courses can be a wild card, just the same as a Talladega can be. So what can Brandon Six do here to end this race?
As he crosses, one thing we haven't done today, and I'm not sure if you want to do it or not, Steve, is bring the noise. I know we're on a road course, it's a little different, but we haven't done it all day long. What are your thoughts?
And you know what? If we see a big old group, I think we'll do it. Right now, all spread out. Not sure if it'll bring the best product as it would be on a restart. But man, oh man, either way, this is getting pretty exciting. Big thanks, though, to our sponsor, normally, for the Bring the Noise, harpoondesign.com. Responsible for a lot of these paint schemes out here today. Mark Whitley's car right here. Again, subbing in for Roger Pierce. Jackson Anderson's paint scheme today. All the flagship cars. Matthew Fleming right here. Take a look at that. Josh Larson's car. That Murphy's Mechanical machine. Tell you what, a lot of paint schemes. harpoondesign.com. Go and check them out. You will not be disappointed. I promise. Very, very good job. Donnie Honeycutt coming down pit road as well.
He does so many paint schemes for a lot of these drivers out here. And I really think next week for Halloween, we will showcase a lot of a Harpoon Design paint schemes. It's going to be awesome.
Yes, sir.
More cars coming down pit lane. Brandon Six still out there.
Nick Simpson getting put down another lap to the leader of Brandon Six. Hey, props to Simpson, though, just holding on to it. Car doesn't look that great. But man, he is making it work right now. Getting those points like he needs. Solid job. But the question remains, Emery, 6 laps to go. Can the leaders make it on fuel? We don't know.
I am not sure. I'd love to try to bring him in, but he's out there on the track battling. I just don't think he has enough. But guess what? I think if he was going to have to come in and get some fuel, he would have done it already.
Right.
But again, only 6 to go. If he comes in, it's too late in the race now.
Yeah, and right now, Devin Smirker, again, he's good to go on fuel and tires. He is just doing hot laps at this point in that Hosky machine. Right now, P10, currently 30 seconds back, but man, one pit stop, one mess up by a couple of these drivers, and he's going to get right back to the front, so. Ooh, and Mark Whitley, big mess up right there. That'll give him a spot. Canada corner takes another one.
Fantastic save by him, too. Mark Whitley getting loose, but figures it out. Still in 10th, down 6 spots from when he started. Daryl Young right behind. He's up 13 spots. He's about to break the top 10.
Solid job right now. Devin Smirker looking great. Again, just needs these leaders to all have to pit. What it comes down to, but man, Brandon Six coming out of turn 5 has that lead, 3-second lead. Frankie Brosso holding back too. He has lost some time, 11 seconds back. I think he's going into like super fuel conservation mode, unlike a Brandon Six maybe or a Woodruff. Let's ride on board Frankie Brosso's car just for a second, see if we can figure out what we can hear out of Frankie Brosso's car. There it is. So we can hear it, Emery. I mean, these leaders, the top 5 pretty much, are all saving fuel if they can. Just comes down to can they make it work. Immediately right now, Josh Larson getting around. Larson, man, P6. This is unexpected for him. He'll tell you he is right up there with not necessarily being great at these road courses.
Love to see that. One thing we got to look out for is these leaders. Brandon Six going to come up on another lap car, it looks like. Going into turn 14, the last turn. I can cause some problems. There's only one more car in front that he may catch before the race is over.
Looking good again. Brandon Six looking masterful today as well. Road America, 4.5-second lead. Nick Silver now getting around his teammate for the day, Richard Woodruff. So a Nick Silver performance looking pretty strong today. We know he's good at these tracks. Here he is putting on a clinic right now in P2.
One of my early driver favorites, Nick Silver. Thinking he was going to come out here and get this win. He just may. He's got to get past Brandon Six. He's in second. He's in that Toyota from California. Watch out. Frankie Barossa, Richard, Matt Smith, your top 5. Josh Larson, he's in 6th in that 51 knocking on the door. He's had a fantastic outing at Road America.
Oh,
We got
man,
Nick Silver off the track.
Oh no, turn 5 right there, bites another one. Looking so good, had gained all that time. And Woodruff right here. Gets around again, big break for Woodruff. Solid job, we're seeing some moves right here in the back. Thomas Meeks, Scott Casoren, DJ Honeycutt, man. Right there, P13 was looking solid earlier in the race. These guys all came down pit road, keep in mind, earlier on this stage. So they can all go the distance on fuel, but what can the leaders do? It all comes down to that. Can they make it?
I would be shocked if they can't at this point, man. I'll tell you what, they're doing their calculations and making sure they have enough fuel. But if they can, Brandon Six, Frankie, Richard, all those guys up front will be done. Nick Silver even, he got some trouble, but does he have enough fuel? Guys like Josh Larson sitting back there, Joseph Bealey, Devin, they could all jump in front of those guys if they do not have enough at the end of this race. We still got 4 to go.
Yes, sir. It's 4 long miles, too.
Brandon Six on the front stretch going to pass. There's only going to be 3 to go after they cross.
Little group right here, Fleming, Anderson, and DJ Honeycutt. DJ Honeycutt we know is quick, so I've got a feeling he's going to catch up to these drivers here pretty soon. But man, as you can see in that top right track map, track is pretty well full right now. Oh, Fleming! Nick Silver coming down pit road. This is huge news. Emery, a teammate to Brandon Six and Frankie, he thinks he cannot make it on all the way. He's coming down pit road. This is going to be concerning here for Bowie Esports.
That is a telltale sign that they are really close on fuel. As I look like Josh Larson's going to come in to get some fuel.
Look at that. Nick Silver already out right there. Devin Smirker gets that lead. Oh, has a little issue there in turn 1, but holds on to it. Can't let those nerves get to you. He's seeing big-time players in this race having to pit. Finds himself in P5, so what does that mean for this top 4? Can they pit? Larson has to pit as well. Comes down pit road. 3 laps to go in this race. Fuel strategy has just come into play here, Emery, and this might be, we might sneak ourselves away with a new winner.
Yeah, we might see that unfold right now. Brandon Six has been saving for a long time, but has he saved enough to finish this race? You would think that Nick Silver would be on board with the top guys, with Frankie and Brandon Six, their teammates, but he went in and had to get some fuel. Does Frankie have enough? Does Brandon Six have enough? Does Richard in the 4 have enough fuel? Time will tell, as we only have 3 to go left at Road America here in Wisconsin. It's starting to get a little crazy. This day has been wild. I cannot wait for the end of this race right now, Steve. Fantastic job by all these drivers, the top 10. A lot of big-time names.
I mean, you can hear Frankie. I mean, he is shutting his engine off all the way down from the kink to Canada corner. So they are in just panic mode right now. I've got a feeling this is going to be tough.
Brandon Six is going to cross. We're going to go 2 to go now.
Woodruff down
Richard
pit road.
had to go down the pit, Steve. He's going to have to get a little bit of fuel. That's going to take him out. I don't think he has enough time, Steve, to get it back out there and make up the spots. Another driver coming into pits.
Matt Smith right here. This is 2 more spots, keep in mind, for Smirker. He's in 5th, going to come around He's going to gain these 2 more spots. Will be in 3rd place. This could be the genius move to get his first win of the ASRA Cup Series. But man, oh man, does 6 and Barroso have the fuel? We know, we've seen these 2 drivers save fuel way more than what they should have been able to do. We saw it earlier in the season. Frankie especially knows how to save fuel masterfully. So what can they do here to get it done?
Devin early on tried to stay out. Didn't get close enough. They pit, but he was still behind. Had to go all the way back to the field. But now he finds himself in 5th. Devin Smirker's all the way up front. Can he get the win? That would be an amazing race to start from the back midway through the race and get a win here at Road America. He's got to get past Brandon 6, Frankie Barroso. Do they have the fuel? So much strategy late in this race. Brandon 6 right there, front.
Mark Whitley, don't forget about him. He is right now in 7th place. He's gained quite a bit after his pit road speeding. Granted, 45 seconds back, so a win definitely might not be in sight today for him. But hey, a great performance nonetheless for his teammates. Looking good right there. But right now, the big question of the day, can Brandon 6 and Frankie Barroso go the distance on fuel? We're approaching 1 lap to go here. Next time by, it's going to be so close for sure.
One more corner for Brandon 6, and he will get the sim motion white flag. As he's on the front stretch, Brandon 6 is going to get the sim motion white flag as he only has 1 more lap to go. Will he get the win? He's been saving fuel all day. He's still up front. Frankie Barroso right there, his teammates in 2nd. Richards in 4th. Matt Smith, Devin, and Nick Lights. Nick Silvers in 7th.
Hey, Brandon 6 right there didn't save any fuel entering turn 1, so I think he feels pretty confident right now getting around this circuit once more.
What a day, and what crazy calculations for those 2 up front. 2 teammates, the Bowie Esport team. If it stays true, good job for them. But man, the 26 of Devin doing a great job as well. Steve, they might run into some lap traffic right now. Brandon 6 may catch him.
He just might, but right now, I mean, you can tell he's not saving fuel anymore. I think he saved enough right now. Brandon 6, Frankie Barroso again. This is why they're always up front, always winning races. They can put together the complete package. They know how to fuel save. They just know how to do it. And right now, looking very strong. Brandon 6, Frankie Barroso, not to take away from Derek Smirker. He did all the right things today. But man, just 6 and Barroso able to hold off on the fuel potentially. Half a lap to go.
Nick Silver, who had to go back and get some fuel, he's back out there in 4th ahead of Nick Lights. But Brandon 6 up front, if it stays true, is going to get another win for the season here at Road America. Just completely on fire for his season, the regular season, as he'll make it all the way through into the playoffs. I think he's got the fuel to do it. Brandon 6 dominating season for him and the Bowie Esports team. He's a road racer, and he proved it today. He's on the final turn. He's going to cross and get a win here at Road America. Brandon 6, your winner.
Awesome job by Brandon 6 to make it all the way on fuel. Frankie Barroso coming down around 2. That last corner. Here he comes. Frankie Barroso also able to hold it off on fuel. We talked about it. These guys know how to get it done. And here he is. Frankie Barroso, P2 at Road America. Fantastic job. There it is. Devin Smirker.
Devin. That 26 was all the way up front, went all the way to the back, but made his way up to the top 3. He's going to get a podium at Road America. Fantastic outing for him, as he should be happy with that. Nick Silver is going to cross. He's in 4th, subbing for the Bowie, Brandon Bowie. And you got Nick Lights as well. He's at top 5. He's in that 27 Extreme car.
Oh, Nick Lights out of fuel at the start-finish line. Gonna lose all kinds of spots here. Oh, man. Matt Smith gets around. Mealy Anderson. This is bad news bears for him. DJ Honeycutt gets around, sneaks away one more spot. Nikolai will cross the finish line, P11. Fleming 12th place. Josh Larson comes around. 13th, couldn't make it on fuel. Scott Gasorn. Here he comes. Man, oh man. We knew somebody would run out of fuel. Nikolai was that man.
Nick slowly creeping across the finish, but Scott up 7 spots there in that Chevy. Not a bad day for him. Thomas Meeks was up there in the mix. He's going to cross. He's going to finish 16th.
Getting
real. Then 11. Struggled a little bit, Steve, but he's going to finish today.
Yes, he is. Looking good right there. Donnie Honeycutt gets around. James Kaufman. Up and down day for him, too. But, man, 19th place. What it comes down to, points right here. Crosses the kink right there. Pretty far back. Nick Simpson. Going to finish 20th place. Tyler Honeycutt, 21st. Marshall Harris, 22nd place. But great job. Brandon 6 is your winner for the Breast Cancer Awareness Grand Prix. Gets it done. Does he even have enough fuel to get to the end of the race, man? He saved a lot. Great job for Bowie Esports and them. Right now, we'll go and thank our sponsors real fast, and we'll come back and we'll talk to our top 3.
And we are back. Brandon 6 in the 66 gets that win. Congratulations to him on a victorious win at Wisconsin for Road America. We're going to bring in, I think, Brandon 6. But first, Steve, are we going to bring in Devin?
Yeah, we'll bring in our top 3 as usual. Yeah, our 3rd place right now, Brandon 6 getting pushed
to
the line
pushing him to the line
by his teammate. So right there, great job. We're going to bring in, Devin Smirker. See if we can steal him real quick. Here he is.
Devin, do you got a copy?
Loud and clear.
Loud and clear. What a day for you, man. I tell you what, you are in front, you're in the back, you finished 3rd. Congratulations. You got a podium. You got to be happy with that. But what a wild ride for you here at Road America.
Yeah, guys, it was one of the races of all time. I totally messed up the strategy, and my misunderstanding of the rules almost put our entire race in jeopardy after the first stage. But we were able to execute our strategy right for the second stage, and almost stole one from them today. If those guys had to pit, would have been game over. So almost snookered them. We're here to win races till we get to the playoffs. There's no points racing. We're locked in. Checkers or wreckers.
Absolutely, man. And I'll tell you what, they are on a very small window of fuel. You almost made it happen and came out here and started from the back to go to the front and then almost get this win here in Wisconsin. Congratulations to you, man. We'll see you next week for another wild ride at Talladega.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Talladega is always a challenge, and I'm super glad to be able to team up with the flagship guys, so I won't be on my own. Thank you to everybody at Murphy Esports that makes this happen. Brian, thank you to all our sponsors. This week it was Hosky and Cardano. Thank you, Greg. Man, just a whole collective group effort and another top 3. I believe that's our 2nd or 3rd on the year, and we're gonna keep nickel and diming them, and we're gonna go hunt the championship. Don't count us out.
Absolutely. That's Devin in that 26, finishing third here at Road America. And congratulations to you. We'll see you next week. And man, what fantastic sponsors they have, Steve. He's done such a great job all season long and only have one more race to go. Next up, we'll bring in Frankie in that 48. He finished second. He's from Florida. Frankie, you got a copy?
I got a copy.
Frankie, you were up there with Brandon 6. I know you guys were on the radio talking about fuel strategy. It worked. It played out. It really, I'm sure, was close for you guys at the end of this race.
Yeah, it was close for me. I don't know about 6, considering he hot lapped the last 3 laps. But no, I mean, I kind of struggled a little bit with the fuel save, because I'm not used to like hard fuel saving. Like I'm used to just lift and coast, but we had to clutch in, shut the car off, and that was something I'm not used to here, and it was a challenge, to say the least. I'm just glad I got a P2 out of it. Once I kind of figured out, me and 6 kind of figured out what this race is going to come down to. Yeah, 6 had it in the bag as long as he didn't mess up, and it's how it finished.
Well, you got to be happy with the second place finish. You're locked in the playoffs. One more race. We go to Talladega next week. Man, it's going to be a wild ride there. But before we get you out of here, you want to thank your sponsors?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Brandon Bowie and Bowie Esports for the support. I'd like to thank Brandon 6, all my teammates, Nick Silver tonight, Woodruff, Matt Smith. Had both Richard and Matt had really good nights. Hopefully they're close to the cutoff. Thank you to Kenny as well. And yeah, just thank you to you guys, obviously, for putting on the show. Hopefully it was a good one. And yeah, we'll move on to next week at Talladega.
Talladega it is. That is Frankie in the 48, your second place finisher. Congratulations to him. And we will bring in your winner right now, Brandon 6 from Pennsylvania, and that's 66, been dominant all season long. Brandon, you saved fuel. You and Frankie up front, 1 and 2. You did, again, what it had to take to get a win. Congratulations. What are your thoughts? Were you close on fuel at the end of this race?
I only was because I actually started using my fuel there at the end, just to try and honestly set a fast lap. I actually saved enough in case like anyone like Frankie or whoever would make a run at me towards the end. I kind of saved an extra lap so I could burn it down like that. But luckily I didn't have to really use it. Yeah, it was pretty. I think after stage 1, I kind of told Frankie I thought the last stage you might be able to make it, and based on the way the stages worked out and the way the caution laps worked out, so. And it turned out I kind of did some testing in stage 2 there to see if it was possible, and I basically told the team it was pretty much possible based on the amount of fuel I was trying to save. So if I really had to, I could go probably about 12 laps on the tank, saving like that. So, but yeah, definitely makes it a lot interesting when you're trying to have to save, because you have to do some heel and toe to make it work. So it makes it actually a lot more fun, in my opinion.
Yeah, watching Nick Silver and some of those other drivers late in the race had to go in and get some fuel. It was kind of in the air. Didn't know if you and Frankie were going to have to do the same, but you guys stayed out. You got the win. Congratulations on that. We go to Talladega next week. That could be anybody's race, anybody's win. You're already obviously locked into the playoffs. Congratulations for this regular season domination for you. You've been really fun to watch. Do you want to thank your sponsors before you get out of here?
Yeah, for sure. I got to thank Battle Beaver for being on the car this season. Bowie Esports, Steve for putting on the league, and then you guys for putting on the broadcast. It's been a great season so far, and hopefully it continues off into the playoffs here soon.
All right, that is Brandon 6, your winner here at Road America. He is on a mission. We'll see him next week at Talladega. Brandon 6, again, your winner. Steve, those are your top 3. What a fantastic race. I knew this was going to be the one. I tell you, this road race was so wild and on the edge there. I mean, Brandon 6, Frankie almost running out of fuel at the end. We had guys going in the pits. Devin went from the front to the back and then came all the way back to third position. It was just craziness all around. Absolutely. We just want to thank everybody again at home watching live at Race Day Live. We appreciate you being here. It was been a good turnout. We want to thank all of our sponsors: Admin Box, Units Movement Portable Storage, Battle Beaver, Harpoon Design, Sim Motion. And hey, what a fantastic race at Road America for the Breast Cancer Awareness Grand Prix. We are done here tonight. Next week, we go to Talladega, which could be anybody's race. And for you drivers on the bubble, watch out, because you might be able to make your way into the championship run. We'll see you next week, and good night from Wisconsin at Road America.